welcome back to Monorants. That's right, we're not done yet. We've got one left in us, so let's crack on. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades Mono, and with me is my co-host and master of none, Kira.
Sup, yo!
We said we were done with the boys until season 3, and we know VOD is a dirty word around here, but last week we got the final 7-on-7 from VNN. As we're not getting any more, we decided that we'll have a little bit of a chat about them. We're going to break down each month's 7-on-7 into what we think are tasty little nuggets for season 3, or just the good old dipping sauce of world expansion.
Dippy, dippy, dippy.
Yeah. So, Kira, do you want to take us away with July's VNN segment?
Number one, can we just praise Cameron Coleman?
Yeah, I have the highest of praise for him, but not high enough that I bothered to look up his name.
No. I don't care who that actor is. I'm sorry,
I
you
just
for the rest of your days will be known as Cameron Coleman.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
I really hope that we get more of him in season 3 in just little asides, or hopefully as an interviewer.
He is going to be in season 3. Apparently, he has credits for season 3.
Oh, I was like, just the characterization is spot on for every single one of the insane Fox News hosts. He's a little bit of all
great.
of them.
He's so good.
His eyebrows by themselves deserve a mention because they move around his face in ways that are inexplicable.
My favourite bit out of all of the segments was at the end of the December one when he just starts singing to himself.
Oh.
But yeah, no, he was absolutely fantastic.
Just, mwah.
Yeah, no, he was great. But as to some of the world expanding stuff that we got in July's 7-on-7 segment, we found out that Homelander has been
moping about the tower.
Yeah, locked up in the tower since the old Stormfront Nazi reveal.
Yeah, he's been laying low, which
probably for the best.
Yeah, also publicly he's been romantically linked to Stormfront, so he's got to distance himself from that.
Yeah.
Privately, Ryan rejected him.
Yeah.
That's gotta sting.
Yeah, but I think it's just in there as to say
nobody's seen him.
Nobody's seen him since. And the next bit that we get,
he's probably off somewhere, like abusing some milk.
Yeah. The next bit that we get is probably related to that in the Dawn of the Seven movie is rumoured to be cancelled.
Yeah.
Probably because Stormfront features prominently in it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It'll either be recut or like edited heavily once they like replace her, and they'll just do that thing that they did in that zombie film that came out recently.
Oh, the Zack Snyder one with Tig Notaro and Chris D'Elia being
he was removed and she was filmed entirely on green screen and placed in, which must have been fucking shit for her.
It'll be funny to see if we do get any more mentions to Dawn of the Seven. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that. Yeah,
where they just shoehorn in a new person. We also get news that Blind Spot is still missing.
In inverted commas, missing.
Well, he's been shipped off on one of their missions.
Yeah, to Argentina. There's another reference for you. Yeah, he's off in Argentina on a secret mission, but he does say that there's rumours swirling around the circumstances of his disappearance.
Yeah, well, he got tangoed.
Yeah, he got tangoed. But I'm guessing he's dead. That if they're saying he's missing and off, but anytime they've used the missing on a secret mission was Translucent, who died, A-Train, who was in a coma. So he's either dead or in a coma.
I'd say they're probably keeping him hidden to see if his eardrums heal up.
But I reckon he did.
He's dead.
Because he was just bleeding out on the floor.
But I don't know. Don't really care, because he was kind of wah.
I think there's a few things like that in the segments across the months that are just
wrapping up loose ends.
Yeah, in case people had questions about, hey, whatever happened to Blind Spot? Well, now you know. He's been hushed up.
Yeah, no, I think Eric Kripke learned from the whole... Is Adam still in the cage? Question.
Well, Kripke's able to wash his hands of that, I think, because he dipped out after season 5.
Left Adam in the cage.
But supernatural aside, and kind of related, because the only other world expandy bit involved ghost suits.
Oh God! The music video
Annie's
for
music
Annie's
video?
song, for the Translucent tribute song.
Oh, the empty translucent suits dancing around her.
If you don't do anything else, go and look up the full video.
Oh, it was excellent. It was excellent.
It's it's good.
Yeah, no, it is hilarious. And the ad in this segment, the Hour Sheet ad, was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, well, it's an obvious piss take of the My Pillow CEO, who is known to be a mad Republican, Trumpist, super conservative Christian, sell sheets in only shades of white if he could get away with it.
What was it? Our newest shade of white?
Milk!
But for the season 3, well, what we think anyway is going to be season 3 related stuff.
From July.
Yeah.
So you've the halt on V
for the troops
being distributed to the troops. There's a complete halt on that.
That was mentioned at the end of season 2.
Yeah.
But I think again it's just
to reinforce it.
Yeah.
Because after the events of the congressional hearings, everything was kind of up in the air.
Yeah, and then with Stormfront being blamed for it and outed as a Nazi.
And also the fact that, she was married to the guy that developed it, who also happened to be a massive Nazi.
You've also got Huey being hired by Victoria Newman for the FBSA, but again, I think that's just a little note following on from season 2 because he went in looking for a job.
But it also confirms his job position. It's mentioned that he's hired as a senior analyst. Yeah. Which for somebody who is a techie, that's quite a high position. She's moved him into a position that benefits her an awful lot.
Probably more to do with the experience he's gained over the last year or so than his experience in the...
He's a good one to have on side because apparently he's a lucky bastard. A leprechaun pissed on him when he was born.
And I couldn't decide if the last bit from the 7 on 7 was world expanding or just season 3 relevant with Eagle the Archer attacking the church.
Yeah, continuing his attacks on the church. Oh my god. What is he caught doing again? He is hunting.
He pretends to hunt and then mount. And I'm not sure which kind of mount. Probably both.
I'm sorry. Because the picture that they have is his boy wonder...
his sidekick,
person in a deer outfit. And I'm like, please let it be one of those, like, old school red, like, long johns with the 2 buttons on the back with the butt flap.
What, the deer costume?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. I was just hoping that Eagle's dressed up in like an Elmer Fudd kind of get-up.
Oh, and he's hunting some wabbit?
Yeah, and he's hunting that wascally sidekick.
Yeah, or you could go full on, they've actually put some money into this and it's a custom furry suit.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll go back to it much beyond that, but I think Eagle is going to be in season 3.
Probably.
So that's why I included him as season 3 relevant section.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Like, if he's vocal enough and stirs up enough shit about the Church Collective, especially if him and the Deep pair up, because the Deep, we do find out in a later 7 on 7 that the Deep is like, no, fuck you. Again, following through on his closing conversation with Adana in season 2.
Oh, and we do get a mention to Adana in the Eagle story that Adana's quiet and nobody's heard from him in a while.
The normally extroverted, social media friendly has, gone quiet.
Then that was all we got then for July.
Yeah.
There wasn't an awful lot in July compared to the rest of the months that we got, but I think that was more just to do, it was a lot of it to do with season 2. And
it was just wrap-ups and kind of this is where we're at and the fallout from the revelations of Stormfront being a big Nazi.
Yeah, whereas from August onwards, it's a lot of like new information.
Yeah, so you've got Annie missing from public view by August, stating
at least a little bit, and there's reports that she's exhausted, which Cameron's not too pleased about.
Oh, left-wing fucking liberal fake
lamestream media. Yeah.
Snowflakes. Fuck off.
Yeah, and the bit about the human wall that was formed to block out super terrorists and they all suffered from sunstroke or something.
Mass dehydration. They held hands and formed a wall. Like, that's going to stop anything.
True patriots. The other bit that we get is we finally get a bit of Maeve information, and it seems like they're still pushing the Maeve gay agenda, well, not agenda, but the Maeve gay
they're trying to persona. Vought are trying to make themselves over as being incredibly inclusive by just slapping pride stickers on shit and making things.
She's off opening up an LGBTQ plus centre somewhere in, I can't remember where.
Okay, fair enough. The centre is for disadvantaged youth. We applaud that. We don't need Vought to slap fucking a whole load of extra propaganda on top of it.
But it's one of the first there is a developing theme from that one on. There's like, I think, is it in this one that we get the ad for the Global Wellness Centre, which is supposed to be a rehab centre. And then later on, there's
Doesn't that
bits
just
about...
not smack of those Scientology fucking centres?
Oh, yeah.
Like
and I have a theory about that, but I'll save it for one of the later months.
Oh, right.
But yeah, from this bit with Maeve on, there's a lot of philanthropic stuff from Vought that they try and push.
Yeah.
Which is obviously to counteract the the whole Stormfront Nazi thing.
Well, that's always, your first response to anything is, well, look at all the good shit we're doing.
Yeah.
Look at this. Ignore that. Look at this.
But
look over there.
Speaking of the Global Wellness Centre ad, that bit about heroin enemas and vase making... what will you turn to next?
Yeah, like the worst thing you could do is make a vase.
Yeah, because it's after it's like
vase.
It's like, I don't know, meth-laced cocaine or something like that, heroin enemas, and then the worst of the worst, vase making. Throwing
pottery. No, in fairness, reenacting that scene from Ghost should be a crime.
Yeah. And what's their tagline? There's no super without you.
Is that their tagline? I was
at the
too
end of
busy
the ad,
laughing.
Yeah, no, but it's supposed to be...
Wellness Centre.
It looks like it's rehab for Supes.
Yeah, it looks like, honestly, somewhere that Dr. Kellogg would have been proud to put his name on.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand that, go look up Dr. Kellogg.
Yeah, it's worth a read, alright.
Yeah, and you'll never look at breakfast cereal the same way ever again.
Yeah, well, moving away from that... we have our first comics-related Supe for season 3 mentioned in Supersonic, who used to be Drummer Boy.
Yes.
And Annie's old boyfriend.
Yes.
Apparently,
who she caught stupping Holy Mary.
At least in the comics, anyway.
Yeah.
We don't know why they broke up yet. We just know that they were a couple back in the day.
The big all-American chiseled head on him, in fairness.
Yeah, and he's supposed to have been... I think when he's mentioned a couple of times across the segments, and I think later on he refers to him as having been in a super boy band.
Yeah, he's now a pop star.
So, yeah, he's like... I think he was a pop star, he was in rehab, and now he's like clean and back on the scene.
Is he fucking, what's his name, from Motley Crue? Ricky Kicks? No.
Ricky Kicks is from Metalocalypse.
I know, but the person he's supposed
Ricky
to be...
Six.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know.
I like they're kind of trying to push that
sure.
whole like straight edge. I'm still... Because he was a member of Young Americans who were super, super conservative. And they're going to try and like spin that as he... No. Is he one of these Christian rock guys?
It would be funny if he was a Christian rock guy. I don't know what his powers are supposed to be.
Or they're going to give him like some of the Jonas Brothers kind of, we have the purity ring.
Yeah, I really don't know what way they're going to go with him. We find out a bit more about him later on.
Yeah, because I can't remember what his powers were supposed to be.
I don't even think they ever really go into it in the comics.
Yeah. Like excessively good rhythm? Can he produce the brown noise on any instrument?
Oh.
Because I can't think of any other reason why you would give him a fucking... I have no idea what those drums are actually called, the marching drums, because the one he's got isn't like the little snare, it's one of the big ones in the comic book.
You and your fucking... You get hung up on the weirdest things.
I know!
Stop it.
Okay.
Just stop it. But the next point that will definitely make you happy. Deep has finally left the church.
Yes! I love the Deep. I'm so glad the Deep grew some balls and stood up for himself.
He speaks out about their psychological manipulation and an unholy obsession with Fresca. It is an unholy obsession with Fresca. I have no idea what. All I know is it's a carbonated soft drink. I have no idea what I think it's grape flavoured, but there's a bunch of... Well, their normal one is grape flavoured, but there's a bunch of different flavours. I discovered the other day why a lot of shit in America is grape flavoured, and it was something to do with blackcurrant being made illegal. Oh. Yeah. All right. Because the rest of the world uses blackcurrant. But this isn't 100 Things I Learned from the Boys. No, it's not. But I just wanted to throw that in there. Ew, why would you have grape flavoured soda? Yeah, no, but that's the great thing is why I think that Fresca's drinking the Kool-Aid reference. Yeah, but yes, the Deep has grown some balls and he has left and he is out on his own. Yeah. God help the rest of us. God help all the dolphins out there. But it will be interesting to see in season 3 how he goes with nobody to tell him what to do.
Yeah,
because he had Stilwell and Vought in season 1, and he had the church in season 2, and now he's out on his own.
Is he still legally married to Year One? Because that'll
be interesting as well.
Like, did she have to go with him? I reckon he's
Cassandra of the terrible blowjobs.
Yeah, I reckon he's probably going to hook up with Eagle the Archer, and they'll
in season 3.
Yeah, they're going to go on some like campaign to take down the church.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think maybe we will see them palling around together in season 3.
Are they going to pals around?
Purely because they've both left the church now. And we hear about Eagle at least twice in the VNN segments.
And they're both being very, very vocal and negative against the church. And it'd be fun to see the pair of them and A-Train, because A-Train had been able to get in and out of these facilities and get the material. It'd be nice to see if they can, they can all go pals around together.
I'm not sure if it's anything to do with that, or I'm wondering, are they just trying to filter out the church stuff altogether and be like, Alistair Adan is dead, Eagle's left the church, and Deep has left the church, so we have no reason to hang around the church anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that might just be their way of saying, right, look, we're done with the Church of the Collective stuff.
Yeah.
As fun as it was.
Yeah. You don't want to piss off anything that in any way references Scientology in a negative light, and they kind of do.
Well, yeah, maybe they were just like they're
just going to back off before people start showing up outside their house and filming them.
And to do it again might have been a bit of a beating a dead horse. Yeah. Like, there's only so many gags you can get out of it.
Yeah, the knacker's yard is calling.
Yeah, we also find out that not only has V been halted in terms of the government troops, but also production of V has been halted.
Yes, due to a number of leaked documents.
Yeah, there's a bit of a soundbite from Stan in regards to how it's all lies and we'll continue to make sure that
it's word salad.
Yeah.
There's a soundbite in the previous 7 on 7 from
Bobby Singer.
No, he's not Singer.
He is.
Is he Singer in this?
He's Bobby Singer in this as well. He's Bobby Singer in everything.
I was just going to call him Dakota Bob.
He's going to be Dakota Bob from the comics,
But he gives a soundbite in the previous one as well regarding them not using V on the troops.
That one I'm interested in because I want to know where that leak came from.
Yes,
because the boys are disbanded at this point.
Yeah.
There's a convenient scapegoat later on in one of the other segments. But as to who actually leaked it, I wonder will we get...
And also what information was leaked that has made them halt production.
I reckon it's what happens when you inject it into adults. That some of them explode and some of them die, and then you get...
Or does this have something to do with this massive class action lawsuit that's being brought against Bob by other disgruntled Supes?
Oh, you're jumping ahead to January now.
I know, I am.
Yeah, no, I hope they do reference back to that in season 3 because that seems like a pretty important thing. And the only other bit of not even necessarily season 3 related is just that it's public now that A-Train is back on the 7. And
will presumably have a race at some point.
Yeah, people want to know
all A-Train does is do these exhibition races.
September's segment though had one of the things that I was really, really curious about season 3 was, which was that the FBSA and Vought are teaming up to root out the bad apples in the Supe community.
Well, that looks good for Vought to be seen to be cooperating, especially given everything that's gone down. They don't need to be seen to be directly opposing a government fucking investigative,
public,
whatever it is.
Yeah, public facing, it makes sense for them to cooperate with the efforts of the FBSA.
And if Victoria Newman
behind
is
closed
Edgar,
doors, if Newman and Edgar are in cahoots, now they have a convenient reason to meet up whenever the hell they want without people being like, why is the CEO of Vought and the head of the FBSA meeting up every other day?
But they've teamed up to take out Ezekiel? Is it mentioned in this one?
I think it's October's one where we find out that Ezekiel's been taken down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is the lead into that Vought are
cooperating.
Probably because they have to.
Yeah, legally. They have to. It looks good for them, and they can also control then. If they're willingly handing over stuff, they all have a certain measure of control over what materials they can hand over.
Plus, one of the other stories in September is that Vought are continuing to deny any association with the Sage Grove facility.
And they're going to buy it and turn it into a global wellness centre.
Yeah, now this one also really caught my eye as well because I was thinking, is the global wellness centre going to be their new front for experimenting with V? Because if it's supposed to be a rehab for Supes, then it wouldn't be unusual to see Supes coming and going and, because, it's a Soup rehab.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is that going to be their new front for it? But also, if pressure is on them about Sage Grove, is just another reason why they would cooperate with the FBSA.
Yeah.
Because that was a shit show.
Yeah, well, depending on what way it was off the books, this way they can be like, if it was probably bought under a dummy company, this way they could be like, oh no, look, it's ours, we've turned it all around, we destroyed them files and got rid of all those people.
Yeah, it'd be a convenient way to cover it up as well, actually.
I'm surprised Stormfront didn't just burn it to the ground, in fairness.
Yeah.
Sloppy, loose end.
Well, we know that there is loose ends because we saw a bunch of the Supes escape.
Yeah, well, Cindy's still...
We know Cindy's still out and about.
Yep.
And then there was another one that I couldn't decide as to whether or not it was going to be season 3 or just World Expandy, and that was the reference to Moon Shadow.
Well, that's going to be season 3 relevant because she's going to be competing in that competition.
Yeah, that was why she's on there. But she's mentioned here as an up-and-coming Supe who's going to be in Vought Sports Illustrated. And
swimsuit edition.
Yeah, and speaking of Vought, the ad that we get in this segment is for Vought Plus.
Oh, Vought Plus. Where you can control everything.
Yeah, it's
VPN, or instead of ESPN, it's VSPN.
Yeah, it's V everything.
Yeah, except for BTN. They've just called that Vought Soul.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
All I can remember is Coleman's comment afterwards about how it's like a superpowered tiger ready to rip the heart out of an overconfident rat. But the World Expandy stuff in this one was quite fun because we get our Gal Gear gun advertisement.
Oh, it's pink.
Yeah, it's basically just a pink gun.
Because why does random shit have to be gendered?
Who knows?
Like
much less guns.
Big for her, and it generally costs more because it's fucking pink.
Yeah, and not to be outdone by the other gender, A-Train has decided that he also wants to have a song out. And
it's terrible.
A-Train has released his song Faster, because that's the best he could come up with was Faster.
Well, no. Do you not remember when they're doing all the filming of the Dawn of the Seven? And Ashley's like playing him stuff and is like, Dead Mouse wants to be on it. I think it's Dead Mouse. Some random DJ wants to be on it.
She says that they're going to get Lil Nas X to record the actual release version.
Yeah, and he's just going to lip sync over it. He's going to do a total Milli Vanilli on it.
Probably. And we get news that Homelander's back out and about.
Oh, he's been opening Whataburgers.
Yeah.
With his signature burger, the Big Homie.
The Big Homie with bacon.
The Big Homie with bacon and a side of Freedom Tots.
I think so. Something equally ridiculous, yeah.
It's supposed to be tater tots, which, if I'm right, tater tots are potato croquettes.
No idea. Maeve is also in the news this week.
Oh, Brave Maeve's fucking...
her inclusive kingdom is opening in Vaughtland.
Which had previously been like Brave Maeve's like Rock'em Sock'em
That was like
arena.
Her battle arena.
Yeah, which that's inclusive.
Bit of a switch from a battle arena to an inclusive kingdom.
Yeah, and when I hear battle arena, I just was picturing guys on horses with like morning stars, like where everybody's going at each other.
Yeah.
But now it's Brave Maeve's inclusive kingdom because they're really laying it on thick.
Yeah, no, they definitely are still pushing the whole Maeve is gay, we have a gay hero.
Look, it's more look over there.
Yeah, well, forget about the Nazi. Look, we have a gay hero and we have this black hero who's like releasing music and we have this good wholesome blonde superhero.
Yeah, it's all look over there.
Yeah. But that was all we got out of September's segment.
Yeah, October gave us a few more kind of tasties.
Yeah.
One thing that I can't work out if it's going to be relevant or not is the fact that Vought have bought out what is essentially Whole Foods.
Oh, the Heaven's Harvest thing.
Heaven's Harvest, which, Heaven's Gate. So you can't put heaven in front of anything without me going to a cult reference.
Yeah.
That they basically bought out this Whole Food super Christian chain. It's Hobby Lobby meets Whole Foods.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's...
Or are they going to... if it's world building or if they're going to have some sort of more serious, sinister...
Yeah.
Like
I think it might just be a bit of world building of Vought still
taking
ever present, buying everything.
Consume everything.
Yeah, because a lot of this month's one was more world expandy stuff, I thought.
Yeah.
The only real stuff that's definitely about season 3 is Cindy being the hitchhiker who's out killing people on the highways.
Yes, and then Black Noir's vow to hunt her down and kill her, which I assume is what he gestured with that knife that he menacingly but also lovingly fondled.
Yeah, no, his usual silent appearance.
Yeah, because he can't be anything but silent.
And the other one that I couldn't decide on whether or not we'll get in season 3 was the whole Storm Chasers thing.
Oh, her insane followers that are basically a mashup of like the Proud Boys and all the other lunatics that have emerged. But yeah, are they going to be this voice of dissent that still stands behind everything else that she stood for, and fuck Vought and fuck, all this mass consumerism and, we need more Supes and we need this and we need that and... Yeah,
because she's not dead.
She's not dead. She's
holed up somewhere. And that's their whole thing is they want to know where she's being kept. But there's no news as to whether or not we'll get Stormfront in season 3.
No.
If we will, I reckon they're going to keep it back till the later half of the season as a big reveal.
Yeah. Is she going to be one of those liquidy regen tanks all hooked up to shit? Because I do enjoy seeing liquid regen tanks. If they live in liquid oxygen and breathe their own pee. Also, I would like to see her breathe her own pee because, yeah.
A horrible Nazi bitch.
Yep.
Yeah. And this month is where we find out about Ezekiel getting taken down by the FBSA.
Yeah, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, and it's not mentioned why. It's a
just that he has been arrested and will be facing charges.
Yeah. One of the other bits that I thought was cool was we had talked about in the wrap last week, Starlight being back in her old costume.
Yes.
And it seems like that is stuck.
Yeah, well, she had made a couple of comments throughout season 1 and 2 from the reveal of the new costume. I was really confused about the slutty one when they were trying to garner that Christian angle.
Yeah.
Because while they may have attracted those good Christian dads, they were alienating the actual purse strings, which is the mom, and having this overtly sexualized version of this wholesome person who had been doing the Brave Expos and all of that didn't make sense to me. So having her go back fits in with that Christian narrative that they're still trying to
and
garner.
Cameron Coleman says as well, he's like, Starlight's signalling a return to good wholesome American
Christian values. Yeah.
But yeah, her costume is selling out all over the nation in advance of Halloween.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bit of what you said last week as well of anything that's anti-Nazi and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not related to Nazis, they're just going to push that to the forefront and they can get Starlight to kind of go back to that.
Well, Starlight didn't exactly enjoy that outfit.
No.
She just looked uncomfortable every time she was in
it. Yeah. November came with one of my favourite.
October came with one of your favourite ads, Liquid Death.
Oh yeah, sorry, October came with my favourite ad, Liquid Death, yeah.
Canned water.
Because
there's too much plastic, according to scientists.
And most of the dolphins I spoke with.
There is plastic everywhere.
I crack up every time at that line.
I just love the entire ad.
And at the end, when he's setting all the plastic on fire, and the little kid, it hurts when I breathe. But yeah, no, the Liquid Death ad is great.
Oh.
But on to actual November this time.
Yeah.
And the Groundhog reference that we got, I was super happy at.
And he's gone to rehab.
Yeah.
Because Groundhog is basically Wolverine. He's a small, angry little man with clubs for hands.
Hammers for hands,
which would make anybody angry.
Yep.
Because thumbs!
Yeah, no opposable thumbs.
Opposable thumbs. How does he pee? Because he's also in a unitard?
That's a very good point. But before we get hung up on that, it's only a little short bit to say, he's in rehab for his 5th time, I think.
But they do also mention him being leader of the G-Men.
Yes. Yeah, no, Groundhog's bit I think it is just a Easter egg.
Yeah.
Just a reference. I don't think we'll actually get a character quite so ridiculous as him in the show.
Yeah.
And it's only like a silhouette that we see.
But the silhouette is very similar to the comic book one. He's quite small. He's only supposed to be like 5 foot. It's like Wolverine is supposed to only be like very small and stocky. So yay.
Yeah, and we get our second reference to Marathon Man.
Yeah, that he doesn't appear for a race.
Yeah, well, no, it's
that he won't be racing A-Train.
Yeah, that A-Train won't be racing, and that rumours had been that he was gonna be racing Marathon Man. But again, I think that's just to show, A-Train's back in the 7. The race has been cancelled because he has to go off and deal with some super terrorist thing.
Whereas in reality, he probably can't do a race because his heart will explode.
Well, he did say at the end of season 2 that his heart was fine. And he ran all around the city to find the guys.
Yeah.
And they comment on it. They're like, what about your heart?
He could have run all over the city at a nice steady jog as opposed to doing a flat out sprint.
No, I think that was, I think it was when he says that his heart's good, I think that's meant to be taken literally.
Oh, okay.
He's back to full power now. They wouldn't take him back in the 7 if he wasn't either, I don't think.
Well, they're kind of desperate.
Yeah, but no, I think he's supposed to be back to full power.
Okay.
Then we get a new hero reference as well.
Oh, Gunpowder.
Yes, in Gunpowder, who is going to feature in season 3, but I think the reference that we get to him here doing his Second Amendment, teaching school kids all about guns in the Second Amendment, I think is just a little aside to introduce Gunpowder.
Yeah.
So that people are aware of him when season 3 rolls around. But he should be fun. He looks like a Judge Dredd kind of piss take.
Yeah, he's got that kind of look to him with the big heavy jacket and the helmet. That he's going to be about the law.
Yeah, no, he's all about the law and all about the guns. And we saw Gunpowder in episode 2 or 3 of season 1 on a TV spot.
Yes, but it was talking about gun control as well.
It's played by a different actor in season 1 to season 3. So he's
basically going to be shilling for the NRA.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's the NRA soup.
He's the one with all the guns.
And we get another little reference to Vought Plus as well. We find out that it's up in subscribers, surpassing all expectations. And interestingly, this month's season 3 related stuff seems to confirm that we will have a big gap between season 2 and season 3.
Yeah, well, these seem to be occurring in kind of real time.
Yeah, because each month he says, this is July and August and September. But also, he says that the FBSA have released a report detailing their first 120 days in operation.
Yeah.
Which would be 4 months from when we first got our 7 and 7 segment.
Yeah, well, it's announced at the end of season 2 that this is being formed with Victoria Newman. So at least the timeline is going to be a little bit more rigid, which I always appreciate because I have issues with timelines. Yeah,
well, if season 3 picks up at the end of where the 7 and 7 segments left off, at least 7 months will have passed between the end of season 2 and the start of season 3.
Which is a good starting point, because between season 1 and season 2 it's unclear how much time has actually passed.
That was something we talked about, that it was very vague. It could have been anywhere between a few days and a few weeks or a few months.
But even then it varied kind of from character to character as to what had occurred.
Yeah.
Between them, this gives it far more linear flow.
Well, we hope it will. They could fuck it up in the first episode of season 3, but I doubt it. It does seem like they have intentionally stated, no, this is kind of a real time thing.
A timeline, yeah, we get the report of their 120 days and everything they've done, having a good time basically.
Yeah, and we also find out that, well, there's rumours that Secretary of Defence Bob Singer is going to run for president in the next election.
May open up Dakota Bob as president, possibly going to take Victoria Newman with him as a running mate, and if they do get in, she'll be Vic the Veep.
Yeah, and that'll be straight out of the comics. Dakota Bob is president, and Vic the Veep is
the Vought plant, but oh God, love him.
Yeah, the Vic the Veep in the comics is an entirely different character to Victoria Newman,
and not just hat on.
Yeah, let's not get into the dicky hat stuff.
The dicky hat. But it'll be fun to see how calculating, if they do go that route, having somebody like Victoria Newman as Vic the Veep, who's very shrewd, she's very calculating, obviously she's leading some sort of double life.
Yeah.
Has very much her own agenda going on as well, outside of Vaught's agenda, will be an interesting foil to Dakota Bob, who seems to be a straight shooter, doesn't want anything to do with Vought at all.
Yeah.
Does seem to have a bit of integrity, somewhat.
As much as can be expected from any politician.
Yeah. would be nice to see their interactions.
Yeah.
If she does try and manipulate things to be more sympathetic towards Vought.
The other thing that we get in November's segment was the story about Supes suing Vought.
Yes.
Which could be really interesting.
The class action lawsuit for Supes it was people who have been how do they describe it? That have been injected.
Yeah, like unlawfully injected, I think is how it's. I can't remember exactly how it's phrased, but it's over the fact that they were given superpowers.
Yeah, but we've discussed this in previous episodes. What happened to all these people who got injected and just had like shit powers or life-threatening side effects and things like that. Obviously, these are the people who are now going to be suing them. In the comic books, there's a character in particular in Super Duper that you were talking about.
Oh, the guy whose only power is that he can turn into an anvil.
Yeah, he can't do anything else. All he can do is turn into an anvil. Yeah, if you're taking a class action lawsuit, fucking sign him up.
Yep.
He is useless.
Yeah.
And there are some of them that do seem to have these really, really debilitating powers.
Yeah, well, we saw the vomit guy in Sage Grove. That's not going to be a very useful superpower.
That goes back to my whole thing that you should be immune to whatever your power is. Lamplighters should be.
No, we're not getting onto that again.
I know, but Blachowski wouldn't have died if his own acid vomit didn't melt his face.
Yeah, no, I know. But
anybody in Sage Grove who seem to be either mentally unstable, well, not mentally unstable, but the people who seem to be there because their powers were so unstable.
Well, I think with Sage Grove it was that they were testing on people who were already mental patients, whereas this lawsuit seems to be people who were injected at birth.
Yeah,
is the impression that I got, and in which case, they probably are taking the lawsuit because they got shitty fucking superpowers.
Yeah,
but that will be really interesting to see if that's carried through into season 3. I hope it is.
It will be. I think presumably the trials and the testimonies are going to be an ongoing thing.
Yeah,
we'll get either that it'll be Easter egg heaven with witness statements throughout the trials. I reckon we'll probably get a lot of the ancillary characters from the comic book showing up.
Yeah,
at giving witness statements that we'll just get in little news segments and things like that. And then the verdict is going to probably be a big game changer for them.
Yeah, if it's in it, that would definitely be a cool way to kind of have it laid out.
Yeah.
It was one of the stories that I found certainly more fascinating.
Yeah, well, it's more realistic as well to what would happen if a corporation did today what Vought has done.
Yeah.
There is going to be a class action lawsuit.
Plus, it will be funny if we get to see some shitty superpowers.
I'm looking forward to some shitty, some really, really crap ones. I can dissolve into a bucket and that's it. I can be a puddle.
And speaking of funny ones, the ad in this one for Voughtland, I loved how the petting zoo was Black Nora's thing.
Black Noir.
Why is Black Noir the petting zoo?
Why is Black Noir in his introduction making Japanese tea?
Who knows?
Black Noir has some weird hobbies. I'm down with it because he can body pop and play the piano.
Yes.
But yeah, I've given up questioning why Black Noir is the way he is because apparently it's hard to tell.
Oh, and we get our first look at Crimson Countess in the Voughtland ad because she's hosting Soldier Boy Ahoy.
Ahoy, sailor. Yeah, because she was active during the 1950s, 1960s.
Well, if she's part of Soldier Boy's original team, she would also have fought during World War II with him.
And she has also not aged a day.
Yeah.
So apparently, if you were first generation
Soup, you don't age. Yeah, again, that I didn't know why I never copped it there when they were like, "Oh, Soldier Boy's gonna be in this," and he's not aged. No, that was something I thought about that.
It was like he should be all doddery.
Yeah, no, that was something I thought about. If Soldier Boy is the Soldier Boy from the 40s,
who wasn't frozen,
and he was also probably an adult when he got the injection. Yeah, whatever variation of V they got the first go around,
they got the super serum.
They didn't age.
Yeah,
or maybe it's just if you get it as an adult, it stops the aging process. Whereas if you get it as a baby, it doesn't stop the aging process.
I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see if it's addressed.
V seems to be incredibly incredibly unstable in how its mutations work. So but yeah, apparently the first gen superheroes just don't age. And Crimson Countess got a set of pipes on her.
Yes, and he's not the only singing superhero, it seems. One of the only things that I didn't like, or not that I didn't like, but that I thought was weird, came in December segment when we get the bit about Black Noir showing up in the school to give them the bulletproof backpacks. And bulletproof backpack stuff aside, they talk about how, Black Noir is back on the scene after his horrible allergic reaction. It's like, but 2 months ago you were talking about how Black Noir was going to hunt down the hitchhiker murdering person. Yeah. So why then in December are we talking about how Black Noir is back?
After being injured, I think they do have some sort of weird...
They talk about how he suffered from a serious allergic reaction.
Yeah.
And then that this was his first public appearance back. But as I say, 2 months previous we had
seen
him...
They had the VT of him saying they would...
He'd hunt down the hitchhiker. Yeah. I thought it was weird. The bulletproof backpack thing was pretty funny, but yeah, I was like, that I just thought it was weird.
Yeah.
But other than that, some of the December bits are quite fun. We have more Maeve helping the LGBT community. She's out helping the homeless by giving them rainbow blankets and Brave Maeve pride bars.
Oh, again, it's more look over their tactics.
Yeah, pushing that philanthropy, pushing that inclusiveness.
Eagle the Archer has a rap.
Yeah, more super singers.
Yeah.
That's 4 now. 4 or 5?
Well, they haven't most tried it at least at some point.
Yeah, in that actors flitting back and forth between being singers and actors. Apparently superheroes do it too.
Yeah.
We get a reference then to another season 3... Well, confirmed season 3 superhero in Blue Hawk is going to be a spokesperson for Our Sheet.
Yeah. Blue Hawk is basically 5-0.
Yeah, you twigged that from his get
costumes.
I hadn't copped that, but yeah, I think you're right.
I think he's basically 5-0, and 5-0 is this like kind of 1950s styled bike cop. Yeah, he's got like a big roundy helmet with like red flashing lights on it.
In the G-Men, in the comics, I think he's supposed to be the Cyclops type character. Yeah. But yeah, he's styled like an old school cop, and Blue Hawk is very much styled the same way.
Yeah, where he's like somewhere in between a 1950s like Billy Boy and a 1950s cop.
Yeah, he's got like a riot police kind of look to him as well.
He's got a little bit of like rebel without a cause going on as well. So he's like, I'm cool. I'm the man, but I'm cool.
Yeah. Our only other bit of world expandy news in December was that Annie has gotten Soup of the Year from one of the Christian soup organizations. I can't remember which one, but yeah, she won Soup of the Year.
Yeah, but that's like winning Breer of the Year.
Yeah, but Stan was apparently there to congratulate her on her work. Yeah. And we find out that Victoria Newman and Huey were both there as well.
Yeah.
He makes a gag about ordering a drink off Huey.
Yes, because Huey looks like a dish monkey.
But we also got to check in with Gecko in the December.
My heart goes out to Gecko, because Gecko got to do some shit to earn a living.
Well, yeah, this time Gecko was letting his penis be chopped off by a guy in a Santa suit.
Yeah. In fairness, we knew that the penis chopping did happen, and it was generally a follow-up to another body limb being removed.
Yeah, but apparently it was festively painted as well. We get that bit of information.
As what?
My guess is a candy cane.
No, I'm not even going to.
You were going to ask, does it have a bend in it? Weren't
yeah. It's like anatomically correct candy cane.
Yeah, but they take the opportunity to throw Gecko under the bus.
Oh yes, they have him as the leak who's been releasing all of this documentation about V.
I don't know if they blame him for the leak that was mentioned in the earlier.
No, but they definitely have that he has been basically the person responsible for the world finding out about V in the first place.
Yeah, and he tries to blame Annie.
He tries to blame Annie. Annie's obviously at this point been named, like Rear of the Year. And is America's sweetheart, and it's a good move by both Edgar and Victoria to get Gecko out of the way, and Huey, because Huey's the one who targeted him. Huey and the boys are the ones who picked Gecko,
and have
gotten him into all this shit. And if he was easy enough to blackmail into doing bad crap for him. And the same thing with Ezekiel. Like, with enough pressure, they both cracked.
Yeah.
So they don't want them floating about to be questioned by anybody who is unaware of all the dirty dealings of Vought.
Yeah, it seems convenient that the only two superheroes we've explicitly heard to be taken down by the FBSA are the only two superheroes who were blackmailed by Annie or the boys.
Oh, you played my drum like a bongo.
Played my ass like jazz.
Ah.
But yeah, that these were two who were blackmailed and revealed information about V. And as I say, they are conveniently the only Supes that we've heard of so far to be taken down by the FBSA.
It's a good move on Huey's part to get them out of there, because Huey's now become even more of a public figure, and if they were, Ezekiel would be able to say he's the person who blackmailed me definitively, because Huey was the person who blackmailed him.
And Gecko did try it and say it was Annie.
But Annie's...
So it could be Huey trying to get rid of them.
It's probably Victoria.
It could also be Victoria, because she knows that they're weak links in the chain.
If depending on what Huey has disclosed to her regarding their operations, if she's aware of the fact that Gecko is the one that they squeezed, and if Gecko is the one who got the sample. Well, Stormfront knew that Gecko was the one who got the sample out of the lab, so it stands to reason that Edgar knew that Gecko's the one. Stormfront and Edgar seem to have this kind of animosity, but they still shared information.
Yeah, well, one knew, the other seemed to know.
Yeah, so there's a good chance that Edgar knew. So Edgar would be more than willing to just, here you go, here's a freebie.
Yeah, throw him under the bus, sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, good luck trying to execute him.
Yeah.
Because he seems to grow shit back.
Yep, and we also get our last check-in with Homelander in the VNN segments when Cameron Coleman's about to launch into his tirade about the left's war on Christmas. We get the breaking news where Homelander appears from the tower and gives yet another apology. Oh,
yes. He keeps apologising, but the mainstream media just won't accept it. I mean, how many times does this man have to say he's sorry? He's so sorry.
Yeah, his apology is interesting because, again, it does show Vought are very much on the defensive and trying to win people back.
Yeah, no, but it's this whole thing of there's only so many times you can apologise before it becomes completely meaningless, whereas nothing that he has done, none of his actions have shown any growth or regret or just acknowledgement of what he did.
Yeah, they are hollow words.
He might be condemning her, but unless he actually, put something into practice, fuck it, he may as well be reading a teleprompter. And the fact that he's completely dead behind the eyes doing that apology,
and they really haven't given much away for him in terms of season 3.
No,
other than all we've got is that he's trying to distance himself from Stormfront and win back the public.
Yeah, well, in fairness, everybody's trying to distance themselves from Stormfront.
Yeah.
And rightly so. These are not people you should be encouraging.
The ad for December was just a kind of a Vought Christmas spectacular.
Oh, the Christmas movies?
No. The ad in the Vought News segment was just for a Vought Christmas spectacular. Like a Michael Bublé and guests type Christmas show.
I thought, there was a tweet that they had put out that was
all the Vought Christmas movies. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, Stormfront and It's Going to Be a White Christmas.
Yeah, Liberty, yeah.
It was Liberty. And then at the very end, Alan Rickman in Die Hard. So I love the fact that Alan Rickman is apparently a Supe.
Yeah. But then our last 7-on-7 segment came with quite a few Easter eggs and quite a few hints for season 3 as well.
Yeah, the last one they really crammed it in there, and we got an interview. We got a little interview segment too, which was tasty.
Yeah, we got to see
Nummy, nummy, num.
Huey again.
In a suit. His head does not match the rest of his body.
I love how at the start of the interview they show Huey hooking up the mic.
And being awkward.
And not being ready, as if to intentionally make him look bad for the interview.
Oh, they probably did.
Oh, yeah.
It totally is. They really set him up in this. Was it, who was it? Frost? David Frost used to do that before going on to interviews, would make a comment. just before they went to air.
Yeah.
That to throw off whoever he was interviewing. It was totally that.
Yeah. We don't really get any new information with Huey's interview.
No, but we do get to see Cameron's aggressive interview style.
Yeah.
Why do you hate American superheroes?
Yeah, why do you hate Supes?
It's a Victoria Newman just using this as a battle to,
yeah.
fund her personal prejudice against superheroes.
The interview was hilarious.
Cut his mic!
But we don't, as I say, we don't get any really new information from that.
No, we do get to see Huey actually trying to be professional and answer the question, and he's talking about that he's asked about Ezekiel and why they're trying to take down a good Christ-fearing man, an American hero, and Huey's like, well, we've had hundreds of anonymous, and he's like, oh, anonymous, don't you mean paid for?
Yeah, and Huey says he can't comment on an ongoing investigation. And
the exasperation, from the get-go, Huey's from the first attacking question to them being cut off while he's trying to explain. Yeah. And he's just getting frustrated and angry as well, which is another tactic that they do in the Fox like to use.
But I do wonder the only thing in there about Ezekiel and the ongoing investigation. I wonder will we get any of that in season 3?
We might get a little snippet of it. Again, it probably is going to be just a TV spot round up, or a newspaper headline. I think it'll probably be something in the background. I don't think Ezekiel was that.
No, I don't think we'll get Ezekiel back again.
Of a character that we will see more than hopefully him looking like Guy Fieri in an orange jumpsuit.
Yeah.
With the hair. Oh God, I want to see that hair grown out badly because it's all boy band bleached with his stupid fucking sculpted facial hair.
Yeah.
I want to see him after 3 months in prison looking not so shiny.
Looking like Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
And speaking of Joe Exotic, Crimson Countess is opening the Crimson Chimp Country.
I can't work out if she's supposed to be a Joe Exotic ripoff or if it's supposed to be a nod because of the era that she's from. If it's supposed to be a nod to Tippi Hedren of the Birds fame, who owns a non-profit big cat sanctuary in Hollywood.
It could be.
Just given that they're a similar era, and
I think less people would know about that, and more
about
people
the Tippi Hedren one.
Yeah. And the other reason that I think it might be
the song,
a Tiger King reference is because she's releasing a song, Chimps Don't Cry, I think is what it is.
I have now just got the Cure Boys Don't Cry stuck in my head, but with boys replaced with chimps.
Yeah. But I reckon that's just supposed to be a little Tiger King.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to show up at all in season 3. Nor do I think Termite will show up in season 3.
Oh, Termite's reality dating.
No, Termite's the movie.
The fucking movie. The movie that was giving me real B-movie vibes.
Yes. Although Termite is presumably the little hero we saw diving into that lady's vagina in the very first episode.
Yeah. I just thought he was... Yeah, that makes sense now. I just thought he was just a random tiny person.
Well, Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's what they were going for with that one. And I don't think we'll get to see Termite's movie, and I don't think we'll get to see Red, White and Blue Justice, which is Blue Hawk's new reality TV show.
That's basically Cops.
It's Cops, but for superheroes.
Oh, gosh.
The part that I thought was terrifying about that was the fact that Blue Hawk invites fans to come out with him on the streets.
Come curb stomp some people!
Yeah.
Oh, the waivers. They've got to sign death waivers.
They probably do have to sign death waivers.
Yeah, we are not responsible for anything that may happen to you.
Yeah.
Because shit gonna happen to you.
But that's all the world expanding stuff. Yeah. I think. Well, sorry, I was wrong when I said that was the last thing we got about Homelander, because they do say in this one that Homelander is going to be giving the keynote speech at the annual Vought shareholders meeting.
Yeah, which is that the very, very first episode of season 1. We got to see the Vought shareholders meeting with the Deep and with Annie's introduction.
Yeah.
Do they also set up in that episode the reality show?
Well, that's the season 3 important stuff.
Yes.
Is that we find out about Godalkin University, which I don't think so much is season 3 important, but spin-off important.
I'm just glad that Godalkin's coming into it, because I was wondering what they were going to do. James Godalkin in the comic books operates independent of Vought, but is kind of tolerated by Vought because his teams, which are all kind of it is an X-Men parody, so he's got the G-Men, he's got like there's G-Wiz, there's Pre-Wiz.
Yeah, there's tons of different teams.
He just has all these numerous Spawn.
Yeah, it's X-Men, X-Force.
And as some get old, they swap him out for new ones, and he's always got new talent coming in. Now, in the comic books, he's a horrible, horrible, horrible person. They're probably not going to use that aspect of it because he's a big dirty paedophile. Yeah, he's stated to be a paedophile. He basically kidnaps kids and injects them with V. Yeah. And then raises them in his own weird G mansion. And they've got it set so that he has a university. Yeah, he's probably going to be the dean in some capacity.
We reckon he'll if he's in it, he'll be the dean of the university in the spin-off show.
Yeah, and that is my theory is that the university is going to be kind of, instead of having all these teams going on, we're going to see them as fraternities and sororities.
Yeah, competing against each
other as some sort of like death league or whatever, or like as a show, or everybody's competing for spots on these main teams. Yeah. And different teams probably recruit out of different frats. Yeah, exactly. So if you want the best chance to get on this, you need to rush this house, which is as much as my knowledge of the American Greek letter system and what I've learned from Animal House.
But yeah, I think that's in there as a bit of a setup for the spin-off. Yes. But they also mentioned the hero draft. And
they've got 2 open spots on the 7.
Well, no, the hero draft is to get the heroes out to the various different cities.
Yes. It's basically like the NFL draft, where they're picking them from college level, only instead of it being USA-wide, they've got Goldog and University to pick from.
Yeah, and that we find out is where Maeve, Deep, and A-Train were recruited for New York from Godalkin University. So yeah, we might see some of the heroes from Godalkin University in this season because of the hero draft. But I think it's more to do with the spin-off.
Yeah, well, I think the draft will probably be at least a focus point of one episode, because it is going to be fresh blood coming in. You're probably going to have something to do with Mallory and Butcher reviewing new Supes that are coming onto the radar.
We might get a backdoor pilot in this season for, isn't that what they call them?
Yeah, sorry.
Get over yourself and answer the question.
If you say that's the technical term for it.
Is it not what it's called?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know, they did
like
it.
Wayward Sisters and Supernatural. Where
the guy that we thought would play Frenchie if they ever did a live action. Yeah, in Bloodlines.
I think we might get an episode in season 3 that does set up the spin-off.
Yeah, they probably will. I'm really hoping if they ever bring in a way to have the Huey undercover storyline, that it will probably be something like he's sent to this university, because you're not going to send any of the rest of them to it. So I think that might be a way to get an introduction, that we might get them. Maybe not Huey, because he's now...
No, maybe not Huey, but maybe they try and...
The female they might get away with.
No, I don't think they'll send anybody from the main show over to the spin-off. What I think we
might get them on, like, say, one episode where they've gone undercover onto it, and the only one that makes sense to do that with is the female, or we'll get Annie going to it for this draft, or...
Well, I don't know if we get Annie going to it for the draft, because we find out that Annie is going to be judging the auditions for the 7. Okay.
But we might get at least some nod to the draft going on, and a visit to the university, either with her prospective students.
Yeah, or the boys keeping an eye on what's going on there. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely more to do with the spin-off than season 3, because I think the 7 auditions we're definitely going to get to see more of in season 3.
Yeah, if anything, if we only get to see it, say, as how they did the Deep's wife's auditions that were like interspersed.
Yeah, I think it might be like that kind of thing where it'll be throughout the season we'll see snippets of the reality show. And
we're going to get updates going on throughout it, because I can't wait to see it. I want to see a Ninja Warrior style course. I want to see them having to do mad shit.
Yeah, I want to see what they actually have to do to audition, not just them talking into a camera. I want to see the talent
section too, where they have like not what is your actual superhero thing you can do. I want to see like a random talent section.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles. I want to see some bitch tap dance.
Yes. But yeah, no, we get a list of 10 Supes that are going to be...
Yes, and some of them some are new.
Yeah, some are new and some are...
Pre-existing.
Yeah, some are pre-existing. But all in all, across the 7 segments, we got quite a list of Supes mentioned.
Yeah.
We're definitely not going to get them all in season 3.
No, but it is still nice to see that the smaller Supes are still being included, because this is a world that's supposed to be quite heavily populated by superheroes. Every city, now, like when you look at the DC universe, every city has its own major superhero. That still seems to be the case for this universe as well. Whereas in this universe, they get sold. This universe is slowly becoming basketball.
Yeah.
You know,
but I think I commented on how it was nice that we got these kind of tertiary Supes, and in season 1 and season 2 we probably only did get maybe 4 or 5.
Now we're starting to get more
quite a lot more. Like, we know we're getting Soldier Boy, Crimson Countess, Gunpowder, Blue Hawk, Supersonic, and I saw somewhere an article, it hasn't been in the VNN, but I saw an article about they're like the TNT twins. I think they're supposed to be the Wonder Twins.
Yeah, basically they're the Wonder Twins. I'm pretty sure they're on a G team of some...
Yeah, I don't know how they're worked into season 3, but they are going to be in season 3.
They might be in G-Force.
And then the list of ones that got mentioned either in the Vought News Network segments or as being one of the 10 to compete for the 7 is about 14 or 15 different Supe names, and most of them are from the comics. Most of them are from the G-Men, in fairness.
Yeah. Well, the G-Men are the most populous because there's something like 10 teams. You've got the actual G-Men, and then there's like 7 or 8 or 9 other teams, because there's like a UK based team as well.
Yeah.
They're like the X-Men. There's just hundreds of them.
But it's really nice to see all this stuff getting brought in, and the segments themselves were a great way to expand the universe, to tie up a couple of things and to set up a couple of things. And just to keep people ticking over in the meantime.
One of my favourite Supes got mentioned as competing, and I swear to God, if he is not wearing the cone of shame and a pair of boxing gloves...
Oh, Critter.
I'm going to be really
I really hope we get... Critter's one of the ones who's auditioning for the 7.
Yeah.
And I really hope we get to see
Critter looks like a fucking... a Wookiee, basically.
He's a Wookiee who wears boxing gloves and a giant cone of shame around his head.
Stop him chewing himself.
Yeah, I know.
Critter's great fun. We might get Dognot if we've got Critter.
Yeah, he's on the Teenage Kicks.
He's in Teenage Kicks, and he'd be kind of similar enough.
But the Vought News Networks, the 7-on-7 segments just really made me even more hyped for season 3.
They did. They also ruined one of my theories, which was that Cindy was Silver Kincaid, because their powers were quite similar. However, Silver Kincaid has been confirmed as competing for a place on the 7. Yeah. So she's not Cindy. But I'm still going to get...
we might get to see her.
Yeah, and we might get to see... I know they never mentioned Nubia.
No, Nubia doesn't get mentioned.
And Nubia's got some like really freaky powers, and I'd like to see her.
I'm wondering, is Moonshadow, who has been mentioned...
Is she going to be Nubia?
Yeah, she's going to be on the 7 auditions as well.
Yeah.
They haven't mentioned anything as to what her powers are, but Nubia in the G-Men is kind of the Storm character. So yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see just how much of the 7 audition characters we get to see. I'd love to see them all.
Yeah. I also wonder if Europa is going to be purple.
Yeah, Europa's the Nightcrawler.
Yeah. But apart from that, I don't think there's any others really.
No.
That are like, because unfortunately with the G-Men, there's that many of them.
Oh, yeah.
That they're all kind of blank slates.
Yeah, a lot of the G-Men are either obvious X-Men ripoffs or we just threw names on the page because there's loads of them.
Yeah.
Very little of them even have lines.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they are kind of blank slates to work with for the show.
So it's kind of hard to be excited about something you literally don't know anything about.
Yeah.
We could speculate till the cows come home, but...
I think we've done enough speculating over the last 2 weeks, in fairness.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably time to wrap things up.
Yes.
We've covered, about an hour and 20 minutes on 30-odd minutes of YouTube videos.
Yes, but this is what happens.
Yep. So guys, we will be back next week with Mono Rants at the Movies. I know I said that last week, but we will be back next week with Mono Rants at the Movies.
Yeah, sorry, this happened and we got a release date for season 3, so obviously we were going to talk about that.
Yeah. In the meantime, you can follow us on Twitter at RantsMono, or you can send us an email to monorantspodcast@gmail.com, and you can check out all our old podcasts on your various podcast providers. And we will see you next week, guys. Bye-bye.
We are Science Fiction Remnant.
This is the Funny Science Fiction Podcast.
We are the Caribbean Science Fiction Network.
We are Mono Rants.
We are One Chord Level 2 Podcast.
This is Sci-Fi.